Hi everybody, my name is Patricia Garcia, and today in my policy memo I am gonna talk about should Daca recipients have a pathway to citizenship. Alright, this is what I think about all of this. Immigration is not just a link to American past, but it is also a big bridge to Americans' future. This was a really nice phrase that I hear by President George Bush. On my policy memo, my executive summary is that United States of America, it is a nation that has been built by immigrants from around the world. Many of these immigrants were young children or babies who were brought to America by their parents or family in search for a better life. And specifically, there is a Daca program, which has been in place since June 15, 2012. I really like this day because that's my birthday. Obviously from a different year, but that's my birthday. And this program has covered approximately 830,000 undocumented young people across the country. This program is called Deferred Action of Childhood Arrivals. DACA, that's what we call DACA. This deferred action provides for children who arrive to the United States before their 16th birthday, and they can demonstrate that they are going to school and helping to the country. This deferred action, with this deferred action, this people is able to renew every 2 years. But at this moment, new applications are no longer acceptable. Also these children are known as Obama children because the work permits were granted to them during the President Obama's tenure in office. And what is going on with this kind of kids? Well, as a community, it is our responsibility to support these young individuals and provide them with a clear path to citizenship in this country. They have been part of our community since their childhood, and they have been educated and exposed to American culture every day, which makes them part of America. Many of these young people have become doctors, lawyers, teachers, police officers. They have a business running, like restaurants. They basically have been helping the country's economy throughout their taxes. They also have been buying houses, cars, and they've been spending money on their own education. And we cannot put aside that they're honest citizens who will feel more secure, and they will contribute even more to the country if they have a clear pathway to citizenship. We have to say that in 2001, the United States Congress recognized the significant numbers of undocumented immigrants living in this country, and they began working towards a solution with this. So one of the projects that they ended up with, it was the DACA, which, like I mentioned before, it's a benefits for young or kids who came here before 16 years old. Everything was prepared by Janet Napolitano. At that point, it was the Secretary of Homeland Security. In this program, it's basically what the government is giving them. It's a 2 years renewal. It's a work permit that they can renew every 2 years, basically. And they give them a social security. And there are many characteristics of deferred action for childhood arrival DACA recipients in their houses by a taste. Like, for example, if we actually live in Illinois. So if we look at the charts of Illinois, we're right here. We can say that Illinois, we have around 64,300 individuals with Daca, and most of them, they are now adults, and they are probably have like over 16,000 kids at this point. Let's say one per person, right? Throughout the history of Daca, we have seen that some courts have declared Daca unconstitutional and illegal. Basically, because it say that it's not helping the economy of United States, but we can also say that annual taxes contribution from Daca recipients have helped the state, even the country. For example, if we go back to the chart that I have on my project and we look at Illinois, only Daca recipients from federal taxes, it's $326 million. And if we add to the mortgage and everything that they pay, like for example, I have another number in here, only Daca recipients pay $110 million out of mortgage by itself, which is a big number, and they actually contribute to this country's economy. The government has not been able to give them like a proposal for the, well, they have two proposals going on for the citizenship, which I believe they're not going nowhere with those proposals at this point, because they have not been implemented at all. They are proposals here, proposal that, but every time that it goes to the government, they say no, and they just refuse. They're actually trying to revoke Daca, which it ended up being in the limbo for everybody. But one thing that at this point, I see as a way for DACA recipients citizenship, and that I would really recommend to do, is advance parole. Advance parole is a way for DACA recipients to leave the country legally and come back legally. So basically, they can apply for humanities purpose, educational purpose, or for work. They have to pay a fee to the government, which is like $495 for it. They send a proof to the government saying like, hey, you know what, I really want to go out of the country to Mexico because I can take a course for my education over there. That it will be really beneficial for me to educate myself and help the community. And then if you have enough proof for that, immigration would allow you to go and come back legally. Also, another way that you can do is by humanity, because a family member is sick, like mom, dad, sibling. And for work purpose, there's a lot of DACA recipients who are working as lawyers or as teachers, and they need to go out of the country because of that, because of work purpose. Then they can leave and come back legally. Once they come back legally, they have a legal entrance. Once they have the legal entrance, and if they are married with a U.S. citizen, they can have the permanent residence right away. They also if they have a kid over 21 years old, and if they have the legal entry, they can apply for the legal residence, for the permanent residence as well. And then later they can become a citizen, a U.S. citizen. For me, that will be the most beneficial way to become citizenship. To become U.S. citizen at this point. Yeah, so I will just recommend you to go for advanced parole and have those benefits, because those kind of kids, they are part of the country. They are honest people, and they are part of the U.S. family. All right, so this video is part of my policy memo. I hope you enjoy it, and you have a great day. Bye bye.